I'll see you at sundown, boy. Okay, that's the worst cowboy impression ever. But look, Harley Davidson Sport Glide, Heroic Harley. But look, it's got the Harley Davidson Sundowner seat on it. Wow. Now, you would have seen the installation video of the Sundowner seat, no problems, but lots of people have been sending me questions about how does it ride, how does it feel, does it lift you up, does it push you forward, all that kind of stuff. So first of all, let's just look at it. I mean, as a seat, a profile, it does dip down, but you do have this ridge on the side here and this padding on the back and on the side. So you actually do feel as if you're encased, you know, you're really well supported. And it's also as if you're riding on a little cushion of air as well. So comfort wise and fit, it's really good. It's got a big pad on the back as well, for carrying pillions and all that kind of stuff. So overall, I mean, it's a fine looking seat as well, and it's got lots of padding. But the best thing to do is as I'm riding along, I'll give you my review. So that's the seat. Let's go ride with it. See you on that side. Right, nice and comfortable. Yeah, sat in it. You definitely feel as if you've got more padding on this than on the stock seat, no doubt. And you feel as if you're supported at the back of your bum, your derriere a lot more, and round the sides a little bit more. Now, you do actually feel as if you're sat on top of the bike a little bit more than on the standard seat. The standard seat makes you kind of sink down a little bit. This is almost as if it's got a dome-like profile on the seat that makes you sit a little bit higher. But I'd say it's no more than a ½ inch, but it is noticeable. It's also noticeable that you're slightly forward, again by about another ½ inch. Now, does that change the riding position? Well, no, not at all, hardly anything at all. Look, there is a slight difference. You have to get used to it, of course, but it's nothing that your body can't adapt to. I think a lot of people may find it uncomfortable, or a lot of people may want to make a big deal out of it, but actually it's no big deal at all if you really want to think about it. Crikey, it's really windy today. Anyway, so if you find that you are a little bit too forward, well, you can adjust the handlebars, make the handlebars go forward a little bit. Now, if you change your handlebars, let's say if you had a set of high risers with drag bars, your reach might have to be extended anyway. So this seat might work better for you if you've got handlebars a little bit further away from you. Okay, let's talk about the foot pedals. Foot pedals, again, there's no real difference, because actually you're pivoting on your knee here as opposed to your foot. So you're basically, your knee is slightly more forward rather than your foot. So your foot, you've still got plenty of reach on there, and you're actually sat, your foot is sat on top of the pedal as opposed to behind it a little bit. The same on the right hand side, and the same with the foot brake as well, the rear brake. So in terms of operating controls, the hands, the handlebars, your foot pegs, you know, the shifting gears and rear brake, there's a slight, and I want to emphasize this, a very slight difference, but hardly anything at all. For some, depends on what handlebars you've got, this seat will be a benefit. For others, it will be a slight difference, maybe not anything at all. Now, then I suppose it really depends if you like the look of the seat. Well, this is a bit more boxy, a bit more square. It sits right on top of it, and it's wider as well than some seats. Now, on the standard seat, it's a little bit wider, but it's flatter, so you kind of sit down whereas this isn't. You've got a lot more room with your legs as well. Your legs aren't touching the tank, but you do feel as if your crotch is slightly more towards the tank on this. Again, half an inch, nothing more than that, but you've still got lots of room for maneuver, let's say, down there. But I've got to say, the overwhelming benefit of this seat is it's just the way it feels. You kind of, it's like you're on an air sprung mattress, but you know, you've only got about half an inch movement. It's kind of, it's almost like, let's say if you've ever ridden a hardtail frame and you had a sprung seat, it's a little bit like that. I might be over stressing that a little bit, but it is very much like that. There is a little bit of a give in the seat because of the padding. There's more cushioning there, and you know, you've got that rear protection at the back, that rear padding, so you feel as if you're caught into it, you're held into the seat more. So let's say if I really wanted to open it up now, yeah, you're not moving in that seat at all. You're planted. You're behind. It's perfectly planted in the seat. You take it round a bend, yeah, and it just holds you in there. I mean, it's really great. It's a really nice seat. Now, I suppose many of you might say, well, you would say that, Alf, because you just got this seat. Well, I suppose, yeah, there is that. But if I really didn't like it, then I wouldn't have it on my bike, that's for sure. I'm not an agent for Harley Davidson or Sundowner seats. I'm just telling you as I see it. There is definitely a minute, very small movement forward and up your seating position. It doesn't really affect your controls. And I will say this, after a while of riding with a seat, it does give a little bit as well. Not that the padding is diminished so much, it's more that it's just a little bit more comfortable, and also you get used to it as well. So I personally, as I said on the installation video, I don't always ride with this seat because I prefer the profile of the stock seat. That's not, but I do think this is a better seat. I just prefer the profile. So when I'm riding by myself, I'll have the standard seat. If I'm carrying my pillion or just doing, I want a longer ride for more comfort, I'll go with this one. But as I say, you know, riding wise, it's absolutely great. You really feel comfortable, really feel planted. You are slightly higher, you are slightly above the bike a little bit more. So some people may like that, others not. But I'd say minor differences here, guys, minor differences. But the big plus is the comfort and the ride and the kind of cushioning and seating suspension that you get from it. Anyway, look, I hope that found that useful. I just wanted to give you this review of the Sundowner seat. I like it, maybe you like it. There are lots of other seats out there. Saddleman, which I was toying with, the Mustang seat, which is a really good seat as well. Lots of other seats. It really comes down to personal choice and style at the end of the day. But say, it really depends if you can get one of these seats, what the lead time is, whether you feel comfortable waiting all that time for one of these seats. I managed to get this seat for it was a used one, but it was, you know, virtually brand new, really. It hardly been used at all, and I just got it as a trade-in deal from a guy I know. But that's about it, really. But I say, you know, I saved a few shekels on that, but overall, great seat. Anyway, hope you found that useful. Please like, share, subscribe, leave those comments below. Check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. Click on the bell next to the subscribe button, and I'll catch you again on the next video. Well, whenever that is. Ta-da now.
RevelatorAlf.